I'm sorry about that. For the fight to happen, they're gonna have to agree on a price. Uh, Whatever price, both of them. So I think it's gonna sell. I think the fight will sell a lot because people want to see them two together again, and I believe Connor's going to get choked out. I think Connor is going to get choked out again. Honestly, if Nate Diaz doesn't knock him out, but and I believe and I hope Nate gets the payday that he's looking for, 25 million or at least he should get, because that show's going to sell. Whether, and I believe that McGregor and Mayweather's going to fight, and it does, and from what Nate was saying, it's not about a belt anymore. He's fighting for the fucking money. So he's like, show me the money, bitches, which I understand. What else? Um, what else I want to talk about? Kevin Lavone. Kevin Lavone comeback. I think Kevin's going to do well. Kevin's looking good. He's definitely putting on the muscle. The Maryland Muscle Machine's definitely putting on the muscle. How would he favor? Because man, I mean, I really don't like Phil Heath, which is the, how many Mr. Olympias have he won? 4 or 5? 5. I'm not sure how many has he won now. I'm not sure, 4 or 5 or something like that. I wish Phil Heath would do more like talk shows or to let people know his personality, because to me he doesn't. He's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's not Ronnie Coleman. He's not a Lee Haney or what's the other guy's name? I can't think. He doesn't. Those are likable guys. Those and nobody can beat the charisma of Arnold. I mean, Arnold just had. I mean, charisma is something you're born with. And Phil Heath, he just comes out of being obnoxious and being arrogant, and he's not. He doesn't really. To me, he's not selling bodybuilding. Does he have a phenomenal physique? Yes. He hasn't been impressive the last two, even on his off days. His last two Mr. Olympias, he hasn't looked too impressive. Again, he came in a little. His waist was a little big. No vacuum abs, not symmetrical. But I mean, he's put the, even on his off days, he still wins Mr. Olympia. Now, since Kevin Lavone is in the pick. And then you got Big Mammy, Dexter. Shit, Dexter came in second last year. Dexter's amazing. I mean, he came in second. Dexter's been winning shows as long as Dexter's been in this game, and still winning shows. But he's also putting his health at risk. When you take in allegedly, when you take in anabolic steroids and these other drugs, diuretics. God created a beautiful body, and it could only take so much. After years of abusing your body with drugs, it's gonna work against you, and your body's gonna fight against itself, and eventually, either he's gonna end up dying young, or that's why a lot of these bodybuilders are having a lot of health problems, dying young, because that stuff is poison to your body. I mean, are there natural alternatives? It's natural alternatives, and natural alternatives to cancer, and natural alternatives to everything. If you look up Dr. Sebi, Sebi, on YouTube, he's healed people AIDS and all kinds of other ailments, diseases, and he's healed them naturally through herbs, through plants. You can build a body naturally, and like I said, everybody wants a quick fix. And this is continuation from my. Again, this is May 30th. It's around going on 12:30 p.m. out in the Philly suburbs in USA. This is a continuation from my next video. I got cut off. I don't know why. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, the amount of drugs these guys are taking are ridiculous, and you may look good on the outside, but on the inside, it's really eating up your body and filling your body up with toxins. And your body's going to fight back, and it's going to deteriorate, and these guys are going to suffer from a lot of health problems. Unless he's planning on being on testosterone because I'm pretty sure a lot of these bodybuilders, they've been taking massive amounts, and then your body starts shutting down this natural testosterone, and then once you get off the juice, you look worse than when you first got on. You look below average. You shrink to nothing. That's why a lot of them commit suicide. They do it for fame, money, whatever. I don't understand it when they could do it naturally. I think natural is the only way to go. Naturally, it's more healthier. Bodybuilding is not. I think Kevin LeBron made a statement that it's a healthy professional bodybuilder, and I don't know why he said that. Oh, because from what I heard about Kevin, allegedly, when he gets off the steroids or drugs, whatever the heck he's taking, allegedly, he gets off for good. He doesn't do a little bit. He gets off completely, and he shrinks to 215 or somewhere around that. I think I heard people say he goes down to 175. I'm like, damn. But his body. But I mean, that's the. I'm not gonna say beauty drugs. I mean, these damn drugs. Excuse me. These drugs are amazing. You could literally put on 100 pounds, give or take, and then once you add on your exercise regime, your diet regime, man, you could put on weight like it ain't nothing, and that's the thing about drugs. Do they work? Absolutely, they work. Do I agree with it? No. There's natural alternatives like hemp. You got goji berries. You got maca. You got chia seeds, mulberries, blue-green algae, sea moss, chlorella, spirulina. There's so much other stuff you could do it does your body well, and with plenty of protein, and it's natural, God made. Nothing man made is better than what God made. Remember that. Oh Lord. So what else I'm going to talk about? I plan on buying some stuff in bulk. I tried these black chickpeas. I like it. Garbanzo beans, chickpeas. They look brown, but they call them black. Got them at Whole Foods. It's not organic, but a lot of things allegedly at Whole Foods is labeled organic, and it's not organic. Specific, and I'm going to talk about when you come across things like seedless seedless grapes. Even apples are seedless now, but they don't say it. But seedless grapes, seedless watermelon. You gotta wonder, how is it? I grew up on seeded watermelon and grapes. Now what? 10 years, 10, 15 years, everything is like no seeds. And then they label it organic. It's not organic. If it's seedless, that means it's been genetically modified. So it's definitely not. Organic means it's free from, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, whatever sides, all the chemicals that they spray on a crop is free from that, and it hasn't been manipulated whatsoever. The genes haven't been manipulated by man. And this stuff is dangerous. It's harmful to the body, and once you intake it, the body doesn't know what to do with that. That's why a lot of people is coming up with all these problems and ailments and diseases, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to be making my own bread. You could actually make your own yeast. You could use, I use spelt, ancient grain, spelt, and you add distilled, spelt with a little distilled water, some salt, and mix it up, and then you let it sit, cover the bowl. They say use like a glass bowl or wood, like a glass bowl. Don't use metal. That's what they said. But you let it sit for a day or two. It ferments. And basically, it turns into yeast. And then you use most of that. And then you add some more flours and some more flour to it. And then you can add other things to it. And then you save some of the old yeast, so you put it in your refrigerator, and then you can make bread from that too. So that'll help it rise. So I plan on doing that using spelt, the ancient grain. I'll probably add some honey. Well, that's right. Vegans don't eat honey, right? I use honey, but you could use organic brown sugar. You don't have to put no sugar in, but I'm planning on making my own bread. I really haven't gotten into. I have been doing the nut cheeses. You can make nut cheese from anything, like walnuts, pine nuts. But make sure you soak them. You gotta, because they have some type of toxin in them, and you're supposed to soak them to get them out. So make sure you soak all your nuts. And rinse them off real good. Soak them in distilled water. Don't use tap water. I don't use tap water for anything other than cleaning the house. For that's about it. Usually the water I drink, the stuff that I use to rinse off my vegetables, I use distilled water that I distill myself. You don't want to use regular tap water because it has all kinds of crap in it. It's ridiculous. But definitely, if you want to invest in products, definitely get yourself a good water distiller. Mine is from Waterwise, Waterwise, Waterwise.com. You can go on their website. Get it. Preferably, I would suggest buying stuff from Bed Bath & Beyond because they have a great return policy. It's unlimited. Just make sure you save your box and receipt. And even if you do lose your box and receipt, they will still give you a refund because once you use your credit card up to a certain point, because they hold it, they have it in their computer system. Your credit card information. That's if you happen to lose your box. But anytime you buy something, always put the receipt back in the box and just hold on to the box. Don't throw the box out because you never know. But like I said, Bed Bath & Beyond has probably the best return policy. Never had a problem. I had a blend tech, must have broke down on me 7 times. Took it back, just kept getting another one. Then finally I decided, let me get the what's the name of that blender? The real good, the VitaMix. VitaMix, man, unbelievable. I would suggest you spend the extra money, buy it. Definitely get yourself a good VitaMix. I plan on making my own. I want to make my own spaghetti too. Something's going on. Philadelphia suburbs, but there's always something going on. But anyway, I want to start making my own spelt spaghetti. It's not hard. Like I said, I'm gonna be making my own bread, donuts, cookies, stuff like that. Like I said, I didn't make my own like little nut sauce, basically, and everything you could find out on YouTube. They call it the yeast starter for sourdough bread. You can find that on YouTube. There's a lot of them out there, but basically all it is use. I would suggest using. A lot of people use rye, like half rye, half spelt. I'm gonna use spelt flour. I mean, rye is a good flour too. But I want to use spelt flour. I might try using rye too. Rye, I think is an ancient grain. I'm not sure. I know spelt is spelt. I think einkorn, aromath. There's a few of them, not too many. But who's to say they haven't been genetically modified? Just about everything's been genetically modified. But yeah, you can make your own yeast again with water, like spelt flour, rye flour, and a little salt. Let it sit for a day or two, covered in a glass bowl. It's gonna ferment. Now you have yeast, and then you take some of that and just add some more flour and water to it. Make your bread, bake it. Then you got self-rise, and now you have your own bread. So, and I wanna make my own cheeses that actually taste like cheese. I know you can do it from nuts, so I want to find out what's the best nut you could use for it. I know a lot of people use cashews. I don't like. I mean, cashews okay. I made a little nut sauce from macadamia nuts. Basically, macadamia nuts. You have hot. Add hot water to it. Um, I boil some water. Add it. Add some water to the nuts. Add a little seasoning to it. Blend it up in the blend tech. In my blend tech. Now you could probably do that with any nuts. Like I said, I've done it with walnuts. You could also probably do it with pine nuts and stuff like that. Try to get organic nuts if possible, and it doesn't taste bad. It's does it taste like cheese? No, it doesn't taste. But then I haven't really experimented on making my own like a fermented cheese from nuts. I haven't really tried that yet. Where you probably have to let it sit out. I'm not sure how long you have to sit out so it can start fermenting and let the bacteria works once sit it out, and then I don't know. I haven't really done that yet. But and then you could add probably like sweet potato. You could add you could juice some sweet potato. Add the sweet potato juice to give it color, so it look like cheddar cheese, and I probably won't taste like cheddar cheese. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start experimenting with different sauces, cheeses, stuff like that. I want to get into making like donuts and just like naturally sweet stuff. I want to make my own super protein drinks. Hemp, maca, chia seeds, goji berries, spirulina, blue-green algae, moss, sea moss, I think it's some other stuff too. Mulberries, so much different stuff. Then you add turmeric. I add turmeric to everything. Turmeric, black cumin seeds. I could do that as a protein drink. You could add some bananas. Dr. Zabi has a website where he has a list of foods you should eat, and stick to that and don't stray from that. Shoot, I gotta go to the store. I have to go to Costco's. I have to go to BJ's. I get my frozen vegetable. Trader Joe's is a good place too. I know in Philly they opened up a new store called Mom's. Mom's organic. It's similar to a Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. They sell a lot of organic stuff. They're supposed to be opening a big store up in Center City, Philly. I think they do have a store in close to Villanova. Well, not too far. Well, it's in Bryn Mawr. I'm not sure it's a little ritzy area, Bryn Mawr, PA. Bella Kenwood, somewhere around there, I don't know. Yeah, so I felt good doing my little walk. So, like I said, I haven't really been doing it every day. Like I said, man, working out is tough. But if you feel good afterwards, So after I finish eating my little beans and rice, I want to go to Costco's and BJ's and stock up on I get the frozen vegetables and the spinach. I usually get the frozen kale or spinach. They had a recall, so hopefully they give me credit on from when I was last there. So I'm gonna get the frozen, and also Aldi's I think have frozen. They have organic stuff too. So hopefully I won't be cheating on my vegan diet. My diet's been pretty good. Really haven't been going out. Usually when I go out on dates and stuff like that, that's when I cheat on my diet. So I had a call. So anyway, that's when I cheat on my diet. But even if I were to go out on a date or take a lovely young lady on a date, I probably won't even eat anything at the restaurant. Unless the restaurant is organic, then maybe I might try something. But you gotta be conscious of what you're putting in your mouth. No funny business. Don't. This isn't X-rated, so I know what you guys are saying. Y'all have a dirty mind. But be conscious of what you're putting in your mouth. Be conscious what you're putting on your skin, whether it's suntan lotion, because all that stuff is toxic to your body. Always find a natural, like something natural that won't be harmful. like for mosquitoes and insects. They don't like peppermint or spearmint or I think cinnamon. So you could buy the natural oil. You could buy the natural oils. It comes in these little bottles, and then you could mix it with like coconut oil or olive oil or like a almond oil. You know, add some drops to it, and then to the to the base oils, and then you can put that on your skin, and it's good. Not only if it's good for your skin, bugs, like I said, bugs don't like that scent. Spearmint, I think it's spearmint, peppermint, cinnamon, lavender. They don't like that, and some other stuff too. I've been doing some. I don't know. I'm talking about a lot of stuff that I haven't talked in a while. I've been doing some sun gazing, actually looking at the sun, looking straight into the sun, and I don't know. You just feel the power from the sun for some reason. Grounding yourself is good to ground. You know, walk on the grass and ground yourself with your bare foot. And that's good. They say it's good to do. Oil pulling, still doing my oil pulling, still doing. Oh shit, I got to do my oil pulling. You take like a teaspoon in your mouth or more, swish it around, spit it out, and then rinse out with some distilled water with a little salt. And that's supposed to pull out the toxins from your body. I'm still doing the food grade diametrious earth. Food grade diametrious earth is good. It take the toxins out as well, and it's it's good for your hair, bones, nails, teeth. It's good for all that stuff. Also, urine therapy. Urine therapy is good as far as like drinking your own urine. And like if you like, it's good for cuts. It's good to put on your face. It's good to bathe with. It's good. Like I've had nail fungus in my foot, and I really didn't do anything about it for like 15 years, and I've been soaking in it in my own urine for over a year or so, and it's been clearing up, or less than a year. It takes a while because the nails, it takes a while for the fungus to grow out, but you'll notice immediate. So if you have nail fungus, you can soak your feet in your own urine. Get one of those little tubs. You could put your, those little foot massage things. You put your foot in there, and just fill it up with your own urine, and soak your feet in, and that will help with the nail fungus and all that. So my feet's been clearing up. I probably need another 6 months to a year or so. I know there's a pill you could take, but it's supposed to be hard on your kidneys and liver. And I don't believe in taking these prescription drugs out here. If I want to do anything, I want to do it naturally, of course. That's what this channel is about. Organic lifestyle, plant-based diet. What else? When I plan on fixing up my house, they have hemp. Hemp has a lot of different uses. Other than medicinal uses, of course, you can make clothes from it. It's good for insulation of your house. You can make concrete with it. It's called a breathable house, and the longer it sits in your house, once you set it up, it's not only stronger than concrete, it's water resistant, it's able to breathe. So it's good insulation. You can use as insulation. They have they make concrete from hemp. Like I said, it's lighter and stronger than concrete. They also make hemp wood, hemp fiber boards. So I plan on using hemp. Between hemp and bamboo, I want to try to get my house platinum LEED certified, completely off grid. I was thinking about selling once I start with I want to have like a net zero passive solar or wind house with like a battery bank, and collect my own rainwater, and use like to have some type of compost system for my house. Basically being off grid, and I was thinking about still being connected to the electric company and selling my excess power back. But the thing about that is if you put money into the grid, they only give you a small percentage than what they're actually charging you. To me, that's not fair. If I'm going to be putting money into the grid, give me the full amount, not just give me a few credits or whatever. So I want to be completely off grid. and start. I'm not really into gardening, but I would like to, start growing my own things. It's nothing like growing your own food, and I think that a lot of people got away from that. Um, so I would like to start. So that's something I would like to do. Just start growing my own stuff. And you feel when you make something yourself, it's so much better than having to go to a store and buying it, because you don't know how many people have touched it, how many hands it went through, and people touching your food. I have a problem. Oh, and another thing. What's up with these people on YouTube, or people in general? I'm just talking about a lot of stuff today. I haven't talked for a while. I see these food reviews on YouTube, and people are so nasty and disgusting. They pick up the food, whether they do it or review in a restaurant or in their car. Now you gotta understand, there's so much staph infection. Oh, God knows what's out there. When you touching a doorknob, your home doorknob, or your car knob, or your car steering wheel, or whatever, you opening a door, you have all kinds of infections in your skin and stuff, disgusting stuff. And these people are like, when they're having a food review, they just pick up their food. Like I said, they don't use napkins. I mean, and they don't say they wash their hands, because I believe they don't even wash their hands. And you got to be wary of stuff. And then they eat food with their hands, and then suck their fingers, and they've been touching shit all day, and just people are just so nasty and disgusting. I was like, what is wrong with people today? But you gotta understand, if I do a food review, that's if I do. I'm constantly, even when I'm home, I'm constantly washing my hands. But that's my big thing. As soon as I get home, if I'm out and about, and the first thing I do when I get home is I wash my hands. I wash my hands, and then I wash the faucet handle and stuff like that. But I'm always washing my hands. So, but I don't understand people, how they could be out all day touching things. God knows what's on everything. All these little bacteria and stuff, and then they eat food with their nasty, disgusting. What is up with? I don't understand you people. And I'm not. It's not a particular race. It seems like it's all races. But I did watch a show on WHYY, and I forgot what country it was. And these people, and it struck me because these people had these plastic gloves. They was eating food, and they had plastic gloves on. I was like, wow. It was, I don't know, some place in Asia, but Americans are disgusting. I'm not saying all y'all, but most of y'all are disgusting. I mean, aren't you aware of what's out there? I guess not. And if you do a food review, you should say, listen, I washed my hands and I didn't touch it. I use a paper napkin to close the faucet and open the door handle. You understand? If you wash your hands and then you touching the faucet to turn it off, you still got shit on. You still got stuff in your hands. I mean that's just nasty. I mean, you still got bacteria, or God knows, infection, whatever, fungus, whatever. And then you touching the doorknob to open your knob. You use napkins to do that. But that's just me. People are disgusting anyway. Not all of y'all. It's just, some people just not aware. Maybe they don't think about it. Maybe. But once I fully fix up my house, I'm not even gonna wear. I'm gonna have a place where, if I do have company or whatever, I'm gonna take my shoes off and set it aside on top of like a newspaper or something. I'm not even gonna bring that in. Like, I'm gonna have a place specific for shoes. So anybody entering my house, they gotta go over there, take their shoes off. And I think nowadays they got these little booties you could put on your feet. Which is, to me, that's a good idea too. But anyway, trying to think anything else to talk. What's been going on today? Anything else to talk about? Man, it's a gloomy day. It's going to be a little humid today. Um, it's a holiday today. I'm going to be working out today. I have to work out today, and so I want to get my workout in. Actually, I want to get my Act 235. I want to get my Act 235. It's what you need, like if you're going to be to carry a firearm for, like, if you're being a guard or something like that. So I want to get that. I want to get my gun permit, my carrying permit. I need to work on that and get that over with. A few things I need to work on. The body, of course. The body will come back after 2 to 3 months. I just have to be consistent with it. If your mind is not into it, you're not going to do it. So I just have to do it. And the longer you wait, it just gets harder and harder. So, but see, the first day is always the hard day for any of you guys who used to work out. That for whatever reason you stop and it's hard to get on. Hey, I understand. Cause I was in pretty good shape. And it takes work. It takes time. So you'll get there. One day at a time, one foot in front of the other. That's all it takes. Once you get your routine down, you're good. So I want to put a challenge out to people, and I know I was supposed to unveil myself back in March. And look where I'm at now. Man, the days are flying by. So anyway, subscribe if you want to. Definitely leave comments, good or bad. And if you got any questions or you need any relationship advice, feel free to ask. I'm gonna leave a link. So if you got, like I said, if you got any relationship advice, I'm not a licensed professional, but I give my true and honest opinion about relationships are tough, and that's a whole nother story. Relationships are stuff. I would never get married. Yeah, would I like to have someone special in my life? Absolutely. I think everybody would. Being a guy, I think most guys are, most guys will cheat on their wives or girlfriends, of course. I don't know what it is about, but if you have a good woman at home, why would you cheat? But guys do it anyway. They can have, woman cooks. And I'm not saying, but I love a woman who cooks, especially if she could cook vegan. Oh my God. But anyway, most guys, they'll cheat on a good woman. And I say most, I mean 99.9. There are some guys, very few and far between, they will not cheat on their wife or girlfriend. That's just how they are.